Evan and Jess judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
Okay, we're recording?
Yes.
Okay. This is episode 19.
19.
And the ambiance and everything maybe looks pretty similar to episode 18.
It might remind you of it.
But, you know,
That's
sometimes
okay.
that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to just get right into it?
Let's get right into it.
Okay. What is this one?
This is called Human Nature. 9 Ways to Feel About Our Changing Planet. Ooh.
And this is nonfiction.
Yeah.
I do really actually... So, if this was a fiction,
5.
I would probably give it 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I think it's got to be a 3.
It's a 3.
Yeah.
It's
really
3.
cool looking.
It's really cool. I would like to read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that was an easy start.
Easy start.
Ooh.
Misbehaving at the crossroads. Essays and writings.
So that's also probably nonfiction? Or what do
That's
you
a
think?
tough one, right? Because it maybe would get cataloged as nonfiction, but like
It's fiction.
it is fiction.
That is a tricky thing about the Dewey Decimal System.
It is
Those
a tricky
800s.
thing. Yeah.
Because they're
Fiction.
They're
Like
fiction. All-
poetry being in nonfiction is like, well, but poetry is
it's fiction.
100% fiction.
Do we think we need to pull out the poetry and have a poetry section? It's not like our most popular, most checked out
It's a tough thing, right?
thing.
Even
This
like
is-
classics. Like I've talked to people about that. Like at some point, Shakespeare went from being fiction to nonfiction or whatever. You know, like there's certain
Right, because
types
there's
of
like
classics
the
and things like
mythology
that.
section. And also, who determines what a classic is?
Right. These are all questions. We
I
should
just would consider it all like
talk to
literary.
Melville. Got to talk to Melville about that.
Literary fiction.
Literary fiction, yeah. But
This
I'm
is
going to
a
say that
bigger
we
discussion.
judge this based off of being a fiction book.
Okay.
I would say.
I like it a lot.
I like it.
I love the little, like, it's not just a little bit of green, but I love the way these two people are wearing green and then the green above them.
Yeah, and she's got like
And
kind
the
of green,
green
but
in
it's
her
mostly
shirt.
white.
I like it a lot.
I like it too.
I think it's a 4.
I think I'll give you a 4, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
This one is
Total Dreamboat.
This is right up your alley. It's on a boat.
It's a boat
and it's a romance.
and it's a romance.
I like these clouds.
I like the pink. And I like yellow. I know you're not a big yellow
Not as
person,
big
but
into
I like yellow.
I can't imagine. This is another one. Like if you get it, this is on you. If you give it less than 5, that's on you. Because I can't. Because you know, these are your books.
I know. I don't know. It might be 4 for me.
A boat,
A boat.
and it's 4.
I think so.
Wow.
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm gonna do it. I'm putting it at 4
I
because
feel weird about it.
yeah. I feel kind of weird too. All right. Bad
Yikes.
Company, Private Equity, and the Death of the American Dream. That's very sad.
Oh, it's Toys R Us.
That's an interesting thing to use
Yeah, it is.
as the Death of the American Dream, because I mean that was a pretty large corporation.
It was. This makes me feel sad.
That's kind of what I think it's trying to do.
It's doing it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a 3, but I do think it's a 2.
it's very
I don't
stark.
dislike it.
It's very stark, and it's like if you're, you know, looking for this book and you saw this cover, you'd be like, okay,
I know what I'm getting into
Yeah.
to an extent.
yeah.
I
But
think it's a 2.
we can give it a 2.
Danielle Steele, A Mother's Love.
This is different than a lot of
Ooh,
Danielle
it
Steele
is.
covers.
This takes
It's
place in Paris.
Yeah. There's the Eiffel
Are we
Tower.
sure that's the Paris Eiffel Tower? I'm just kidding.
Which other Eiffel Tower do you think it might be? It's one in
I
Disney?
know that
Isn't
it's
there one in
the-
Disney?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the
way
Disney Eiffel
tinier.
Tower.
I know that this is Paris.
There's the Brooklyn Bridge. No, I'm just kidding. It's
I kind of like it.
I like it.
I like it more than.
This is better than a typical Danielle Steele
Yeah,
cover to
I
me.
like the. I really like the city,
Yeah.
and I love that it's like a dark sky. You know. I don't.
And that's what, like, this whole, like, kind of...
Yeah, maybe it's
thing going on.
dusk or something.
It is just a photo, which in the past we've been, like, hot and cold about.
Yeah.
But it is a cool photo.
Yeah. I think it could. I think it could be a 3.
Let's give it a 3.
Okay.
Let's give Danielle a 3.
Let's do it.
She deserves it for trying something different.
Yeah.
A History of Axe Murder. Whack job.
Whoa.
Is this
Is it a
nonfiction?
history of axe murder, or is it a novel?
Yeah, the axe is a transformative piece of technology.
Okay.
This kind of reminds me of this book that Janessa, one of our coworkers, decided to buy. That's just called Rope, and it's just a history of rope.
Yes.
And that led to a long Google spree of like, that we had.
Yeah.
How old rope is.
It's pretty old.
Axes are also very old. Like in terms of tools, like people started to like fashion things into axes pretty early on.
I like it. I think that this is a 3 for me for nonfiction.
This is kind of almost like this one. If this was a nonfiction, it would be a 4 probably.
Yeah.
So I think it's a 3.
I think it's got to be a 3. Now, what about this? James Patterson, The President's Shadow. I was going to say that this is different from his normals.
I thought it was whenever he has the president's ones. I thought this might have been a Bill Clinton collab,
No, but it's Richard DiLallo. Is that the Brooklyn Bridge?
That is the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at you when I went to the Brooklyn Bridge.
I think it's fine.
This seems like maybe it's older.
Oh, you think this is history?
Maybe
like a historical
maybe
fiction.
Maybe it's both.
A historical fiction thriller.
That's all right.
I think it's a 2. I don't think it's a 1. I don't actively dislike
Let's give it a 2.
Ooh, The Place of Tides.
The Place of Tides.
Now, this is a picture.
It is.
I love the font.
I love this boat. Or this house. That's not a boat. That's a house. It maybe will become a boat. Remember?
That's true. I could.
I was talking about with those. That might be a boat.
Is it a boat or a submarine?
Or just a small island?
Tiny island? But I love the font.
I would never live there. But
I know.
But it's beautiful.
I know you wouldn't.
I
know that about you.
I like it.
I do too. I think it's a 4.
I think it's a 4 too.
Okay, great. Is it my turn?
I think so. I just did that one. So
This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I have read this book. I love this book. I really shouldn't weigh in.
I don't really like the cover that much.
That's stupid.
But you said you weren't gonna weigh in.
I was wrong. I lied.
Wow.
Okay, go back to what do you think about it? What do you think about the cover? You don't like it?
I don't really like it that much. Wow. I mean, it's like kind of blurry paint. I don't know. I mean, it's all right.
Weird.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's a 3. It's a 3 to me.
Fine. I think it's a 4 at least, but that's okay. Okay. Ooh, let's go. That book is amazing, though. It's a 5-star book for sure.
Yeah. I'm not.
I know. We're just talking about the covers.
Not judging the book. just the cover. This is funny.
This is so gay.
This looks
for
like
you.
it would be funny.
Friendship, Found Family, and the Show That Started It All. So this is about the L Word.
Oh, okay.
It does definitely look funny.
I love that. Yeah,
they're buttoned together.
Yeah, her coat is buttoned to the other person's coat. That's pretty hilarious.
I like this cover a lot.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting into some sort of hijinks.
It does.
I think this is really. This does what you like. You know that this is going to be a funny book.
And it's nonfiction.
It's nonfiction.
And if you ever watched The L Word.
Did you watch The L Word?
I didn't see all of it, but I have seen probably like the first couple seasons.
Okay. I've never seen it.
And I just think that this would probably be a really funny read.
I think that this is a 3.
I think it's a 3. That's a nonfiction 3 right there.
It is.
The Committed, a novel.
Interesting.
This is not unlike a book that we judged in episode 18.
The what is it called? Sympathizer, yeah.
And it is the same author.
Okay.
I like it.
It's pretty similar. It's basically the same.
It is basically the same.
You guys are starting to worry me.
It's basically the same. We're recording this.
It's okay. Other people are worried too, I think.
Yes, I think so too. I think this is a 3.
I think it's a 3. That's good. Our fans aren't worried.
No, our fans are, they love it. Notes to John by Joan Didion. It's another nonfiction. We've had a lot of nonfiction.
It is a photo.
It's her office.
It's her office. I think it's a 2.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
Okay.
It's a 2.
The Woman Warrior, Memoirs of a Girlhood
Another
Among
nonfiction.
Ghosts. I like this cover less than this one.
I do
think
too.
It's a 1.
I think it's a 1. It's just a picture of a person, like the side of a person's face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not that much going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we got Big Asian Energy.
This is a newer book. I think it came out
An
fairly
unapologetic
recently.
guide for breaking barriers to leadership and success. So this is also nonfiction.
I like this one more than what I see in our 1 and our 2 pile. So I think it could be a 3.
Yeah, I think that one of the issues with the nonfiction setup that we've got
Is sometimes you want something in the middle.
right, because like we were saying, like this would be a 4 if in fiction.
Right.
So but it can best it
can
can do
only be a 3.
best it can achieve is a 3. This
And
isn't a 2.
We're 19 episodes in. We're not changing our system.
We can't
So
change it anymore.
It's got to be a 3.
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
We can't
Okay.
possibly change it. The fans would
This
rebel.
is the death mask.
It's
This
an Iris Johansson.
Reminds me of The Mummy. I think we could potentially be in Egypt. I don't know. Don't you think that looks like maybe
Yeah.
some hieroglyphics?
Hieroglyphics.
I like it, but I don't love it. I think it's a 2.
I think that it's a 2 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Iris Johansson. It's kind of like with James Patterson, and like her books her covers are just kind of the same type
Consistent,
of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, she's got her font is always the same. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing special.
That's okay.
The iconic what is this? Tony at Random. Toni
Random.
Morrison.
The Iconic Writers Legendary Editorship. Oh, that's interesting.
This is also just a photo of Toni
I know.
Morrison's
I
face.
do like the
at.
and because
Oh, 'cause
obviously
it's
it's edited.
Yeah, so she's adding.
I do like
stuff.
it. I like that choice, but I don't think it's a 3. I think
It's a 2. It's not better than Notes to
No.
John.
Right.
That's you.
My turn.
Yes.
Murderland.
Crime and bloodlust in the time of serial killers.
This reminds me of only this part reminds me of one of my favorite books, which is Love in the Time of Serial Killers, which is a romance.
Very different.
By Alicia Thompson.
Very different.
This is the opposite.
This is
actually.
like a news bulletin, like
Yes.
font, kind of.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
This looks terrifying.
Serial killers are horrifying.
I'm
to me.
assuming that this is nonfiction.
Are you a person that is fascinated by serial killers, or are you just like?
I
nah?
would not say fascinated. I will say that was it Mindhunter on Netflix that was kind of about like the starting of the FBI division that looked
went
at
after serial killers.
like I do think that some of the stories are really interesting, but I wouldn't say I'm fascinated by them.
I think that I don't like the idea of like learning about serial killers much at all. Like I would never really get
You wouldn't
into
read
that.
this.
No.
But it does have train tracks, and there's a boat. So it has
Somebody
like two
might be
forms
murdered on a boat or on some train tracks.
I mean, that's true.
It's a classic trope, I guess, getting run over by a train.
Or thrown off a
Or
boat.
thrown off a boat.
It has modes of transportation that we like.
It
so I
does.
don't think it's a 1, but I don't
Got
think
a
it's a 3.
smokestack. It's
think
a
it's a
then.
2.
I guess that's the only other option. It's not a 1, not a 3. It's got to be a 2. This is probably going to be not anything below a 5, in my opinion,
I am
based off of just seeing
really
it.
fond of it.
Beach
I
Reads
love
and Deadly
it.
Deeds.
That's a thumbprint, or it's a fingerprint.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant
waves-
her. I'm like, no, that's a
No,
woman.
that's a human being.
the
She
sharks are like
is-
making it.
yeah.
Ooh, she's in trouble.
She's in trouble, and she's relaxed.
She doesn't even know she's in trouble yet.
You know what? That's the best way to be in trouble.
I think
to
that,
not know.
yeah, to just have it just suddenly happen and just be like, okay, yeah, I don't want to.
I don't want to know that a shark is going to attack me.
No,
I don't want to know.
no, I don't want to know that either. Because what are you gonna do about it? Like that's one of the things that's scary about being in the ocean to me, is that you are, as a human, very ill-equipped to be in the ocean, and everything else that's in the ocean is very well
actually
equipped
made for it.
to being in there. So
Yeah.
if they mean you harm,
They'll succeed.
yeah, you're.
I mean,
yeah,
they'll succeed to a degree.
Right.
Even if the harm is just psychological harm.
right, for sure.
This is 5 stars.
It's a 5-star. It's a 5.
The Wishbone Kitchen Cookbook.
That looks
Meredith
delicious.
Hayden.
I don't know
I'm
who
not
this
familiar
is.
with her, but look at this kitchen. It's beautiful.
Got a very nice
And
kitchen.
that does look
That
really good.
looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks
I don't
really
really know
good.
what this is. What's that?
Looks like
Chicken.
chicken breaded, but why?
Breaded
is it-
chicken.
Why? And why does
There's
it just
some
have
pasta on
raw
the back.
tomatoes on top?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
You know what?
On second thought,
I don't know if I want to
the only dish that's on here that I'm like, I really want to eat it is this
that
one.
one.
This one's just
I
like,
don't want a bowl of raw tomatoes.
Yeah, you just said earlier.
We were just talking about it when we were in the garden.
that.
Like,
Yeah, like raw tomatoes are. I love cooked tomatoes.
I love cooked tomatoes.
And tomatoes, sauces that are made out of tomatoes are
Love 'em.
amazing. Like
And I
salsa,
love-
tomato sauce, like ketchup, they're all great.
I love the smell of a tomato plant. Like that
Yeah, the
peppery,
smell,
earthy
yeah.
smell.
But raw tomatoes, not my favorite.
Not my favorite.
This is a.
It has to be a 2.
This is a 2.
Okay.
All right, we're on our last one.
This one.
Corky Lee's
Asian
America.
It is.
Is that Corky Lee right there? Do you
Well,
suppose?
I don't know. It's photographs by Corky Lee.
Oh, maybe not
So I
then.
think that Corky took this picture.
Yes.
But we're in a bit of a conundrum here because generally speaking, we are not super fond of books that are just photos.
Just photos.
However, this is a book of photos.
Of photos. So it would, if it didn't have a photo on the cover, that would be weird.
I think we would be like, where's the photo?
Yeah.
This
he
needs
needed
a photo.
He needed to put a photo on the cover.
I love the orange and the black together.
I do love the orange for sure. I love the Asian dragons.
I think that this is definitely
Look at this guy.
very compelling cover. And there isn't anything on it that makes me like be like, oh, why
I
just
hate it.
raw tomatoes? So
Yeah.
I think it
Is
could
it a
be a
3?
3. I think so.
This is tough because we've got some really good, like really good 3s.
So maybe
right
we
now.
go 2.
I think
go
we kind of
2.
have to. I think we have to go 2.
All right. Well, that was episode 19.
That was episode 19, and we have judged a lot of books today.
a
So,
lot of books, and I think more to come
Yeah, there's
that
always
you'll
gonna be.
see before you see this episode.
The books will be here.
The books will be here, and you might even
Before.
see the mini episodes before
You
you,
might.
see.
You probably will see the mini episodes before you see these.
Yeah.
Because our social media person is way better at her job than I am.
It's not exactly what it is. We have a schedule with
We do
this.
have a schedule. We have a schedule.
But she's
Comes out every
really
Friday.
she's really good
She's
at what
amazing.
she does.
Yes.